Hi, let's have a look how you can organize a recruitment process in HubSpot by using a ticketing tool.
Hello again, and thank you, Bart, for the introduction. So today I would love to tell you about another use case that we have for our tickets pipeline, and that is as a recruitment pipeline. So you can see in front of us we have a demo recruitment pipeline. You'll, I'm sure, recognize some of the names on it. So we have several categories set up where we have a new application submitted. The way that we carry out our recruitment is that we have a preliminary call, then we'll schedule a full interview, we issue a test project, which will commence and then be delivered, and then the role will either be accepted and the onboarding completed, or the applicant at one of the early stages will be unsuccessful. So looking at all of these, we have the same functionality in pipelines as I demonstrated in the last video, where we looked at our to-do list, where you can just close down these categories, and it just gives you a nicer overview of what's happening. You can view these in a list rather than on the pipeline. I do prefer the pipeline view myself, and if you have to scroll, you can scroll up and down. If you have more than 2 or 3 on these, it can get a bit jammed. In each of them, you can just click into the ticket, and there's lots of options for activity within the ticket. My favourite part about this pipeline, and the specific thing we use this pipeline for, is its conditional properties. So it might come to the point where you have to make sure that every single ticket is within its correct category and is actually up to date. So what we use here is conditional properties. So say, for example, I've had my interview with Jason. He did very well, very impressive candidate, and I have issued the test project to him. I would simply drag him over to the next category, and I've set up conditional properties so that immediately it will ask me for more information. So it's asking me, okay, so you've said you've issued the test project. What was the date that you issued it? I issued it today, and then I'm going to save that information, and it allows me to save. Now, any information you capture in this way can be reported on, and this is what's really useful. For example, when we get to this sort of stage, if I'm saying that an applicant is unsuccessful, I can actually pull a report that will say, out of all of my applicants who've been unsuccessful, what was the major reasons? And say, for example, I have a person here, say Dwayne Johnson. A real shame that Dwayne Johnson would be unsuccessful, but say I wanted to move him to any category, it's just going to pop up. It's going to ask me what's my ticket status. From here, I can say, unfortunately, this applicant's been unsuccessful, and I have a variety of reasons that I have set up, but the reason that he's been unsuccessful is that he's a non-UK resident. So unfortunately, there we go. I've saved that, and that's where it sits.